Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we will learn adverbs. In Arabic, we say al-zuruf, adverbs. So it is also a very interesting topic. So let's start adverbs. The first point for the adverbs is adverbs are nouns that indicate place and time. Adverbs are nouns that indicate place and time. So I will explain you here more about this one. That adverbs used to indicate the place and time of an event. So place and time. Okay. So the adverbs for the time is called zarf zaman. Zarf zaman you can say also. Zarf is a singular word for the adverbs, and zuruf is the broken plural of zarf. Zuruf is a broken plural, okay, of the zarf. So I can say I will normally use the zarf. When I will say zarf, it means I'm using a singular word, okay. Zarful zama and zarful makan. What is zarful zama? Zarful zama is adverbs of time that tell us when something happens. When any noun which shows you the time, it means it explains you when something is happened, when any event is happened, it means that is adverb of time. And zuruful maqam means zarful maqam, which is explains that adverbs of place tell us where something happened. Okay, so means these two things tells you that about where and when, and I will explain you more about this one, which these nouns are in this slide, inshallah ta'ala. Adverbs of time are qabla means before, ba'da after, hina when, yawma day, layl night, nahar daytime. And now move towards the zuruf al maqam means adverbs of place, which are ma'a means with, tahta means below or under, Inda. Inda gives few different meanings, means like near, to have, at, this type of meanings depends on the context. Okay. Next is fauqa means up, on, top, over. So these type of things gives you the meaning for the above. You can say also the above. I can't write more so many meanings here. So they all meanings belongs to each other. Means up, on, top, over, below, above. Okay, like this. Amama. Amama means in front. Khalfa, wara'a means behind. The behind has two words in the Arabic language. Khalfa, wara'a. Baina means between or among. Hawla means around. Now I want to explain you all these adverbs with different pictures. So I hope you will like it and you will enjoy, inshallah ta'ala. In picture you can see there is a house. If I say a car is behind the house, a car is behind the house. So when I'm using the word behind in Arabic, you can say the khalfa, wara'a. Okay, any of these words. And if I say a masjid is near to the house, a masjid is near to a house. So for the word near, I will use the word inda. Inda. Okay, means near. And if I say the sun is on a house or a car, it means there is a sun on top of these things. So for this word, I will use fauqa, top, above, the sun is above on them or on them, upon them. See? So you will use the word fauqa for it. Okay? So what word you will use for it? Fauqa. Next slide, I will explain you with more some pictures. Like, as you can see, there are a lot of stars, and in between of these stars, there is a moon. Moon is in between of the stars. Okay, so for the word between, you will use the word baina. Baina. Okay, baina means between or among. And there are a lot of stars you can see there. If I say the moon is around the stars, then I will use the word hawla in Arabic language. hawla. Okay, the word hawla. Okay. Now I will move here. A lot of clouds. So these clouds are under the stars and moon. These clouds are under the stars and moon. So for the word under, I will use the word in Arabic tahta, tahta, tahta. And if I say above of these clouds, there is a aeroplane, or you can say over the clouds there is a aeroplane. There is an aeroplane. So fauqa word you will use for the for an aeroplane. Okay. One more thing, as you can see in picture, there is a Imam Sahab, which is Amam. Amam means in front, who is in front of all other namazi, or you can say muqtadi. So I will use the word for the in front, Amama. And here I want to explain to you that this Hamza, if you put the kasra on it, it will become Imam. Imam is the person who do the amamat, who lead the prayer. Okay, who lead the prayer means who do the amamat. That is for the imam. Okay, imam is different and amam is different. Imam means who lead the prayer, the person who lead the prayer, who do the imamat, and the Imam means in front. So Imam Sahib is the Imam. Okay, so these two things we are using for both words we are using here now. We can use Imam Sahib is Imam, means it means he is in front. Okay, he's leading the prayer, and the all other people, the all namazi behind are behind. So we will say khalfa. For the word behind we will say khalfa. All right. I hope you enjoyed these pictures. Now I will move forward about the adverbs. I will give you more information about it. So adverbs act as mudaf. That's why I bring this topic, because nowadays we are covering the Murakkab Izafi possessive phrase, and adverbs were used as adverb this mudaf. That's why I bring this topic during possessive phrase. Okay. So adverbs act as mudaf. The noun following is mudafun ilayh. Adverbial possessive phrase called Shibu jumla. This the possessive phrase which is start with the adverb is called Shibu jumla. And this point is very important for regarding this lecture. Okay, I will explain this in detail in the end of the lecture, inshallah ta'ala. All right, one more thing for the adverbs. The adverbs usually in accusative case means mansoob. They are in nasab state. Okay, so you will see these things. I will explain you all these points in my these practice ayat. So look at the ma'a. Ma'a is an adverb. This means zarf and is mudaf, because zarf use as a they act as a mudaf. Okay, zarf act as a mudaf, and these mudafs, the status, the iraq for these adverbs, normally, usually they will be in mansoob state. Okay, so you can see there is mansoob. As-sabirin, as-sabirin, this ism is majroor here. Ina sound is means giving me the it is in genitive case. Why it is in genitive case? Why it is majroor? Because it is mudafun ilay. Okay, and this full become a murakkab izafi, and this murakkab izafi will call shibu jumla. Why this is called Shibu Jumla? Because the mudaf here is used as zarf here is used here as a mudaf. Okay, the mudaf here is a adverb. The mudaf is a adverb. That's why it's called a Shibu Jumla. And next, first we will do the translation for it. Ma'as sabrin means with patient. Baina. Baina is also zarf, mudaf, and it's mansoob. Look, you can clearly see the fatha on the noon. And nasi is this majroor, mudafun ilayhi, become a murakkab izafi. And this murakkab izafi will call shibu jumla. Why this will call shibu jumla? Because mudaf here is a adverb, is a zarf. That's why this is called a shibu jumla. Why I'm emphasizing on the shibu jumla? Because this is very important for today's lecture. It's very, very important, because this is no normal Murakkab Izafi. When I say Shibu Jumla, it means something is different. This Murakkab Izafi, which is called the Shibu Jumla, is something is different. which is makes differs from the other Murkab Zafi, the normal Murkab Zafi. So what's the difference between them? I will explain you in the last of this lecture, and you will learn this in detail, inshallah, in lecture 22. Lecture 22 will be the very important lecture. That will be the last lecture of the Murakkab Izafi, and in that lecture I will explain you in detail that how we can use the Murakkab Izafi in Jumla Ismiya, in the nominal sentence. Okay, okay. The translation is between the people. Between the people. I forgot to write here the between the people with the patient. Okay, because they are marifa. The ismul majroor here is a marifa. It's definite. Okay, move next. More practice. Qabla. Look, the all. If I go back, the zarf, any zarf, when they are acting as they act as a mudaf, there is no al, there is no tanween. Okay, because the requirement for the mudaf, they should not have the al, they should not have the tanween, so they fulfill the all requirements, the all category, the all requirements are complete here for the mudaf. Okay, so qabla is a zarf mudaf and it's in mansub state. Al hasanati is majroor because it's mudafun ilay, it becomes a Murkab Izafi, and this Murkab Izafi will called Shibu Jumla. Why is called Shibu Jumla? Because the mudaf here in this Murkab Izafi, the mudaf is a zarf. The mudaf is a adverb, and this Murkab Izafi is different than other Murkab Izafi, the normal Murkab Izafi, which we learned already in our previous lectures. So why it is different? Because it is a Shibu Jumla, and you will learn in this lecture, end of this lecture, why Shibu, why I'm forcing, why I'm emphasizing that why Shibu Jumla is important, I can say, because it makes this Murkab Zafi is different from the other Murkab Zafi. Okay, all right. So the translation is before the good, before the good, because qabla means before. بعد الغم بعد is a zarf and zarf act as a mudaf and zarf normally comes in mansub state. Okay, al-ghammi is a majroor because it's mudafun ilay become markab izafi, and this markab izafi will called shibu jumla. Why it will call shibu jumla? Because in this markab izafi the mudaf is a adverb, it's a zarf, that's why it will be called a Shibu Jumla Murakkab Izafi, not a normal Murakkab Izafi. It will call a Shibu Jumla Murakkab Izafi. Look, why I'm same thing I'm repeating again and again, because I want that this thing fix on your mind. It will drill in your mind that the Murakkab Izafi, which will call a Shibu Jumla, is different from the other Murakkab Izafi. It means it's different from the normal Murakkab Izafi. And why it's different, you will learn in this lecture, inshallah. Ta'ala. Okay, the translation is after the sorrow, after the sorrow. And some more examples. Ma'al usri. Ma'a is zarf mudaf mansub. Al usri mudafun ilay make a murakab izafi. And this murakab izafi, is it normal murakab izafi or shibu jumla murakab izafi? I hope you will say it's a shibu jumla murakab izafi because the mudaf here is not a normal mudaf, it's a zarf mudaf. It's an adverb mudaf. Okay. So translation is with hardship, with hardship. بعد عسر. ظرف مضاف منصوب, and عسر here is مضاف إليه, and this مضاف إليه is nakira. It's indefinite. And in lecture 17, I explained in detail that مضاف إليه can be nakira and it can be marifa. Look, it's the same word, usra, usra. But here, al-usri is marifa, is definite, and usrin is nakira here. So this four Murkab Zafi we will consider as a indefinite, okay? And this Murkab Zafi is called Shibu Jumla. Why it's called Shibu Jumla? Because the mudaf here is a zarf. It's an adverb. That's why it's Shibu Jumla. And this is the translation is after hardship. Look, with hardship, after hardship. So according to the zarf, you have to translate, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Now you can see a lot of in the here in this slide. I want to explain like no, because adverbs are also a noun. Okay, adverbs also are nouns. Adverbs with attached pronouns. They can also be attached with pronouns. Same like the any ism, when we attach with the pronouns, they become a mukabizafi. And adverbs, when they attach with the pronouns, they will also become a murakkab izafi. Just the difference between it and between the normal noun and the adverb noun is the shibu jumla. Okay. And what's the difference you will learn in end of this lecture, inshallah ta'ala. So now I will attach it. Look, all these adverb in the is attached with the zamir. Okay. With the zamir, you can say attached pronoun zamir mutassil. And the translation is Indahu, he has, they both have, they all have. So it means inda here is not the in the I didn't write here in the meaning of near. I wrote here in the meaning of have or has, because in the you can translate in according to the context. It will the ayah will tell you that you have to translate as a has or have, or you can translate as a qareeb, means as a near. Okay, as a near. So it depends on the context. Okay, so just I add at the moment I add only one adverb here. You can write here any adverb like ma'a, like tahta, qabla, ba'da. So any adverb you can add with the pronoun attached pronoun. Okay, so it will make a murakkab izafi. I will give you a few examples now. Amama who, amama who. So amama is a zarf mudaf, and look is mansub, and who ضمير is ضمير متصل مجرور here because it's مضاف إليه make a مركب إضافي, and this مركب إضافي is it normal مركب إضافي or شبه جملة? Yes, it is شبه جملة because the مضاف here is a zarf. Okay, and translation is in front of him, in front of him. بعده ظرف مضاف منصوب here, and who ضمير is a majroor makes a مركب إضافي, and this مركب إضافي is شبه جملة because why is شبه جملة? Because the مضاف here is a zarf, is a adverb. Translation is after him, after him. Okay, some more practice. Ma'akum, same thing is repeating again and again. Look, it makes a مركب إضافي, and this مركب إضافي is شبه جملة. Translation is with you all, because kum is the for plural, with you all. Okay, wara'ahum is same thing, murakkab izafi maker. This murakkab izafi is shibu jumla. Why is shibu jumla? Because the mudaf is zarf here. Behind him, oh sorry, not him, them, because they are plural. Behind them, behind them. Okay, I hope you understand this practice now. I will add few more information about adverbs. Normally, adverbs are in mansub state, in mansub case, in accusative case, but sometimes they become majroor. And you know that only there are two reasons that any noun, any adverb can be in majroor state. And what's the reason behind it? If they use as a mudafun ilay, or if they are preceded by the harfu jar, which already you learned in the last lecture. I will explain you again now, inshallah ta'ala. Ila, here is a harfu jar, and yawm, and you learn that yawm is a mudaf, and mudaf used as a this yawm is here is mudaf, but it's a zarf mudaf. Okay, it's a zarf mudaf. So this zarf normally comes in the mansub state, but here it is majroor. Why it is in majroor state? Why is not yawma but yawmi? Because there is a harfu jar before it. In that case, zarf will convert into a majroor. Okay. Al-Qiyamati is majroor because it is mudafun ilay for the zarf mudaf. And this zarf mudaf make a murakkab izafi. And this murakkab izafi means yawmil qiyamati. What's the i'rab here for this murakkab izafi? Is majroor. Because we can see yawmi is in majroor state. Why is majroor? Because there is a harfu jar before it. And in the end, the final result, it is a murakkab, is a jari shibu jumla. I wrote here shibu jumla as well because I want to revise you that we learned already that shibu jumla. Oh yes, we learned this that shibu jumla comes. The murakkab jari also comes into the category of the shibu jumla. So okay, so I wrote here as because I want to revise you something that shibu jumla also called a murakkab jari also called a shibu jumla. Okay. Let's move towards the translation now, word by word. Ila. Okay, before going to the translation, I want to explain to you again that al-qiyamati is majroor because it's mudafun ilay for the zarf mudaf, And Yaumi is majroor because there is a harf jar before it. Translation is towards the day of Qiyamah, towards the day of resurrection. Okay. Some more examples, some more practice. Qabla. Qabla is zarf mudaf here. Yawmi is also zarf mudaf. Okay. But it's in majroor state. Why it's majroor? Because it's becoming a mudafun ilay for the qabla mudaf. Okay. Is a mudaf ilay here and mudaf ilay must be in majroor state. That's why this yawma become a yawmi. Okay. As it is zarf, and zarf always used as a mudaf, so it is mudaf here. Al-hisabi is a mudafun ilay. So this zarf yawmin hisabi make a murakkab izafi, and this murakkab izafi, what's the i'rab here for this murakkab izafi? It is majroor because clearly we can see kasra on the letter mim. Yawmi is majroor. So can we say that only Yaumi is mudafun ilay, or we will say the whole murakkab izafi is mudafun ilay? Yes, the whole murakkab izafi we will consider as a mudafun ilay, not only the Yaumi, which is mudaf. Mudaf is not alone now; it's with mudafun ilay. So we will make full murakkab izafi as a mudafun ilay for the qabla mudaf. Okay, so qabla mudaf with its mudafun ilay make another murakkab izafi which is shibu jumla. Why is Shibu Jumla? Because this mudaf is a zarf, is an adverb. The final result that this murakkab izafi is a Shibu Jumla. So al-hisabi is majroor because it's mudafun ilay. Yaumi is majroor because it's also mudafun ilay for the qabla mudaf. Okay. Translation is before the day of account. Before the day of account. One more practice. Min is harfujar. Fawqi is, you know that is fawqa means zarf mudaf, but at the moment it is majroor because of the harf jar min. But so this zarf mudaf is if it is mudaf, of course that next word will be the mudafun ilay, which is al-ardi. Clearly we can see the kasra on it, so it is mudafun ilay. And this zarf mudaf and mudafun ilay makes a murakkab izafi. And what's the i'rab here for this murakkab izafi shubu jumla? It's a majroor fawqi. Clearly we can see the kasra on qaf and it means it is majroor. Why it's majroor? Because there is a harf jar before it. That's why the final result it is a murakkab jari shibu jumla. Okay. So al-arudi is majroor because it's mudafun ilay. Fawqi is majroor because there is a harf jar before it. And translation is from the surface of the earth. From the surface of the earth, or you can say the from the above of the earth or the top of the earth. It depends on the when you will see the full ayah, then you can translate according to the you can choose the correct word. Okay. All right. So let's move now. Some more example, some more information about the adverbs, which is the last one is that mubtada, that adverbs can never be used as a mubtada, can never ever be used as a mubtada. And what's the reason before it, behind it? The reason is Shibu Jumla, that I was focusing so much and I was emphasizing on it. Shibu Jumla, Shibu Jumla, Shibu Jumla. Why was I was emphasizing on that? And I said I will explain you in the end of this lecture. So this is the end time of the lecture now. That you know already we learned or in my previous I explained you in my previous lectures that Shibu Jumla can never be used as a mubtada. Okay, so let's move this Shibu Jumla. Shibu Jumla comes in Shibu Jumla category comes two things. Okay, in Shibu Jumla there are two things comes in this category. The first one is which we already done. Jar Majroor Murakkab Jari comes in the category of Shibu Jumla. And the other thing we learned today, which is Zarf Mudaf make a Murakkab Izafi. The Murakkab Izafi that built in with the Zarf. Okay, so these two things come in the category of the Shibu Jumla. And that's the reason why I'm saying that this Zarf Murakkab Izafi is different from other because this Zarf Murakkab Izafi can never be used as a Mubtada. Let me write here as well. Murakkab Jari can never be used as a Mubtada and zarf, the murakkab izafi that include that has the zarf mudaf, it also can never be used as a mubtada. That's the reason behind the normal Murakkab Izafi and the Shibu Jumla Murakkab Izafi. Because if it is Shibu Jumla Murakkab Izafi, it will not be act as a mubtada, while the other normal Murakkab Izafi can use as a mubtada. Okay, and this detail you will learn in the lecture 22, inshallah ta'ala. And I'm repeating again that lecture 22 is the very, very important lecture which you must have to see, you must have to learn on that lecture, okay? Because I will explain in detail how we can use the Murakkab Izafi in Jumla Ismiya, okay? So what comes in the Murakkab Jari? Then they all Harufu Jar are here because of if they are Harfu Jar, then it will make a Murakkab Jari, isn't it? So these all are the Harfu Jar, and with the Zarf that make the Murakkab Izafi Shibu Jumla, these are the Zarfs that use as a Shibu Jumla. Okay, if they are Murakkab Izafi, they will be called Shibu Jumla. So only two things comes in the Shibu Jumla. Which two things? Repeat with me. Only two things comes in the Shibu Jumla. The first thing is Murakkab Jari, and the second thing is that only those Murakkab Zafi which whose the mudaf will be the zaf. Okay, only adverbial Murakkab Zafi. Only the Murakkab Zafi which has the adverb as a mudaf. Okay, so only this one is comes in the category of the Shibu Jumla. All right, one more time, you have to repeat with me the Shibu Jumla, which comes with only two things comes in the Shibu Jumla, Murakkab Jari and Zarf Murakkab Izafi. And these two things can never be used as a mubtada in Jumla Ismiya. If it is doesn't use as a Murakkab in Murakkab Jari, if it doesn't use as a mubtada, then how we will use it? We will use it in three ways in Jumla Ismiya. And these three ways you already learn in detail for the Murakkab Jari. Same thing you will I'm explaining again. These three things are that Shibu Jumla will be called Muta'alliq ke khabar in the presence of khabar in Jumla Ismiya. Second thing, second option that Shibu Jumla will be called Shibu Jumla khabar in the absence of the khabar in Jumla Ismiya. And the third option is Shibu Jumla will be called Shibu Jumla khabar muqaddam when it comes before Mubtada in Jumla Ismiya. So only these are these three options that we can use the Shibu Jumla in Jumla Ismiya. I want to explain you here that whatever you learn in Murakkab Jari's lecture, like from lecture 15 to 16, same thing you have to learn is same thing is for the Zarf Murakkab Izafi. Whatever I explained you for the Murakkab Jari, same thing is for the Zarf as well. Okay, all right. And detail, inshallah, you will learn more in Murakkab in lecture 22, inshallah. So now here is a little game. You can see two words here. You have to choose which one is Murkab Jari and which is this Zarf Murkab Izafi. So your time is going to start now. It's 5 seconds. Time is up. I hope you choose the correct answer. Alaina is Murkab Jari. Ala is Hafujar. And then na is majroor means upon us or on us. Ma'ana means is a zarf mudaf. Ma'a is a zarf mudaf and it's mudafun ilay. So it may with us. The both are if either it is murkab jari or it is a zarf murkab zafi. It comes in the category of shibu jumla. Okay, they both are in the category of shibu jumla. And why I'm emphasizing I was emphasizing on Shibu Jumla because Shibu Jumla can never be used as a mubtada in Jumla Ismiya. Okay, let's move towards the homework now. And the homework is here are eight ayat here, little small ayat. I can say that I took the little parts from the ayat. So few meanings here as well. Hijab means veil or means like in Urdu we use the parda. Ra'sun means head and mouth means that islah means reformation. So this is the homework you have to do same way I explained in this lecture, inshallah. Let's make dua now. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.